God Save the King!
The BBC launched an announcement in response to complaints from human beings who felt its insurance of Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, saying her most cancer's prognosis was once excessive and insensitive, the British public broadcaster said. The royal introduced in a video launched on March 22, which was once filmed by way of BBC Studios, that she had been recognised with an undisclosed kind of most cancers following exams performed after a deliberate belly surgical procedure in January. After the procedure, Kensington Palace had introduced she would be absent from the public eye till at least Easter. However, the uncertainty about her fitness led to a media and public frenzy earlier than her most cancers analysis announcement. The BBC's assertion in response to criticism of its coverage, launched April 5 on its complaints website, read, "We broadcast in full the incredibly private video message from the Princess of Wales, in which she spoke at once to the public about her most cancers diagnosis. Our insurance mirrored the value of this story and the outpouring of assist for the princess from round the globe. We defined to our target market what used to be recognized about Catherine's condition, however did now not speculate on important points that had now not been made public." The broadcaster stated its reporting made clear that this is a tough time for the princess and the relaxation of the royal family. We have been conscious at all instances to strategy our insurance with sensitivity. The information company stated that it examined the intense speculation about Kate's fitness in the weeks previous her announcement and mentioned on her request for privateness and the announcement from Kensington Palace detailing her proper for clinical privacy. We continually provide cautious consideration to the editorial selections we make. While we have our accountability to record on testimonies that are of past time to our audience, we admire that now not anybody would have permitted of the strategy we took, the BBC concluded. The BBC produces fortnightly reviews of complaints that range extra than 100. It additionally releases public statements in response to insurance that has generated a massive wide variety of complaints or raised wonderful issues. The BBC already issued 2 public statements this 12 months in response to complaints about prior Kate Middleton reporting an insurance of her father-in-law, King Charles III's most cancers diagnosis. On March 21, the BBC spoke back to complaints that the public felt its reporting on the withdrawal of an edited picture of the Princess of Wales and her 3 children, launched on social media on UK's Mother's Day, was once excessive and sensationalist. Kate took deposit for modifying the picture and apologised after a couple of image companies pulled it, noting it had been manipulated. The BBC stated the picture generated world pastime due to the fact it was once the first respectable photo launched considering that Kate's surgical operation in January, and ignited even extra pastime after it was once withdrawn. Our insurance examined why this had brought about so plenty pastime and regarded it concerns raised over the royal family's conversation approach and public belief in data given by means of the palace, the BBC's announcement read. We heard a nuanced and vast variety of perspectives, consisting of from these who had been sympathetic to the princess, and these who felt this wasn't an issue, given it isn't uncommon for human beings to edit their household images earlier than sharing them. Once the princess had issued her personal assertion on the matter, this used to be featured at some stage in our reporting. On February 9, the BBC spoke back to complaints that it had given 2 tons insurance to the King's most cancers diagnosis. The broadcaster stated the information was once a story of value which has generated country-wide and international interest, one that posted challenges for the royal household and used to be published in an announcement containing an unprecedented stage of element about the fitness of a British monarch. The BBC stated Buckingham Palace defined the King desired to elevate attention about cancer, and the broadcaster due to this fact has stated on most cancers charities and the disease. The BBC has in the past obtained complaints and issued responses related to its royals coverage, specifically on predominant events. In 2021, the broadcaster acquired almost 110,000 complaints for excessive insurance of the dying of Prince Philip, the late Queen Elizabeth II's husband. In 2022, The Information Organization replied to complaints that its insurance of Queen Elizabeth's loss of life was once biased towards the monarchy.